Welcome to the home of WWE News Rumors and Gossip in real time. Click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications today. Don't forget to become a channel member and send a super thanks donation below. And now, your host. He is the most consistent and dedicated in YouTube history, Seanzviewent.
Sadly, and unfortunately, it has come down to this. Not only have we lost the immortal Hulk Hogan, not only are we at a loss for words, not only are we mourning Hulk Hogan, the life, the legacy that he has and that he left behind, but now there seems to be some backlash, some disagreement, some argument. There seems to be a feud going on after Hulk Hogan's death, and this is the last thing. This is the last thing that the wrestling world needs, because listen to this new report. I cannot believe this again. We do report on rumors, news, speculation, gossip. We do all that, but we also bring you legitimate, credible news, and this is credible, reliable news. Guys, and this is following the death of Hulk Hogan, the most legendary icon, the man that put WWE on the map, the man that made wrestling famous, the man that made it legitimate. Remember, if you're a WWE fan, a Hulk Hogan fan, if you're a fan of news and rumors and breaking news, you're going to want to click that bell and subscribe. We do hourly content. We give you multiple videos a day. We set the bar at an all-time high, just like Hulk Hogan did. Let's get into this, and I can't even believe I'm about to read this. As the world continues to remember Hulk Hogan for his electrifying charisma and legendary wrestling legacy, a behind-the-scenes conflict is already unfolding over how the WWE icon should make his final exit. As we all know, Hogan passed away on Thursday, July 24th at the age of 71 from cardiac arrest at his Clearwater Beach, Florida home. Emergency responders were called at 9:51 a.m. and he was transported to Morton Plain Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Still can't get over that. Still can't believe it. Now, police confirmed that there was no foul play involved. However, Hogan's longtime manager confirmed the news. Unfortunately, we must confirm that Terry Bollea, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan, has passed away this morning. We are heartbroken. He was such a great human being and friend. But while tributes pour in from fans and fellow wrestlers, an unusual dispute has emerged within Hogan's inner circle. What should he be buried in? How should he be buried? Some close to the family want to honor Hogan with a traditional look, a black suit to match the tone of the ceremony. Others argue that the man who told the world that he wanted to go out in my hood, in my boots, brother, should be laid to rest in his iconic red and yellow spandex and bandana that made him a household name. There's no word, well, according to those that don't know, there's no world where Hogan would have chosen to wear a boring suit into the afterlife, going to heaven. A family friend told Radar Online he lived and died as Hulk Hogan, and he should be buried that way. Sources even say that Hulk Hogan's children are split. Brooke Hogan, 36 years old, reportedly favors a more formal ceremony reflecting Hogan's status as a cultural icon. Nick Hogan, the son of Hogan, 34 years old, is pushing for their father, Hulk Hogan, to be buried in his wrestling gear, just like the persona that fans adored. Caught in the middle is Hogan's manager, who may ultimately hold the deciding voice. One insider claimed that she was his most trusted friend in recent years, and if anyone knew what Hogan really wanted, it would be her. Ridiculous. Should Hogan be buried in his red and yellow, black and white? Should it be all black? I mean, really, this is what we're feuding over. This is what's being madness about. This is crazy, guys. Listen, wow. That just goes to show you how renowned and how popular and how polarizing Hulk Hogan was, to the point where they're arguing how the man should be buried in the casket. How should he lay in the casket? How should he be shown to the entire world? I mean, hell, at this point, you might as well broadcast it on live TV, just like what's his name? And again, we don't edit, we don't redo, we don't pause, we don't fast forward, we don't rewind. Just like Michael Jackson, I think wasn't his funeral broadcast live on television with his casket was right in the arena, the stadium, or wherever they're holding it. I mean, Wow, I don't know, guys. A feud over Hulk Hogan should be buried. Should he be buried in the red and yellow? Should he be buried in all black? Should he be buried in NWO colors? I mean, why don't you just do a little bit of everything? I mean, that's the biggest concern. How should the man be buried? How should the man be laid to rest? How about we just lay the man to rest and let him rest? I don't think Hulk Hogan would be too fond that there's a feud about the man and what kind of clothes he should be wearing in death. I mean, I know once you're buried, that's it. There's no coming back from that. Well, at least now we know Hulk Hogan wants to be buried and not cremated, because there was a lot of rumor. There was a lot of speculation about Hulk Hogan being buried. A lot of speculation about him being cremated, but now we know that he apparently wants to be buried. It was a sad day for the wrestling world when we heard the news of Hulk Hogan's death a few days ago. It rocked the foundation of the entire world. The entire world. One of the most iconic and larger-than-life figures in the industry, Hulk Hogan had a career spanning over 4 decades and was loved by fans all over the world. However, amidst the shock and mourning, there was also rumors of fire damages to his multi-million-dollar mansion after his passing. The rumors began to circulate on social media, with some claiming that Hogan's mansion had caught fire and sustained significant damages. Many fans were quick to speculate and share the news, adding to the already heartbreaking situation. However, upon further investigation, it was found that these rumors were untrue. Hogan's families and representatives were quick to confirm that there had been no fire at the wrestler's mansion. In fact, they assured everyone that Hogan had passed away peacefully, surrounded by loved ones. The rumors of a fire were simply false and had no validity. It is not uncommon for false rumors to spread in the wake of a celebrity death, especially one as beloved and as iconic as Hulk Hogan. However, it is important for the public to verify information before spreading it, as this can cause unnecessary distress and confusion for those involved. In this case, the fire rumors only added to the grief of fans mourning the loss of their favorite wrestler. As the news of Hogan's death continues to sink in, fans and fellow wrestlers have been sharing their loudest and fondest moments of the legendary figure Hulk Hogan. Hogan's impact on the wrestling world is undeniable, and he will forever be remembered for his larger-than-life persona, colorful costumes, and unforgettable catchphrases. Born Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan came to rise. In the 1980s, he became a household name as the face of the World Wrestling Federation, the WWF at the time. His charisma, athleticism, and showmanship attracted millions of fans to the sport, and he became a pop culture icon in the process, according to those that know, and according for those that seen him, the rock and wrestling era, the MTV era. Hulkamania was a phenomenon, and Hogan's presence in the ring was electric. Throughout his career, Hogan won multiple titles and headlined some of the biggest wrestling events in history, from WWE to WCW to TNA. But beyond his success in the ring and screen, Hogan was also known for his charity work. He supported in various causes and often visited children's hospitals to brighten the day and Make-A-Wish. Yes, Make-A-Wish. Hulk Hogan was a huge role model for that. And he will be deeply missed by all. As the wrestling community continues to mourn the loss of Hulk Hogan, it is important to remember the importance that he had, not just on the sport, but on the lives of those that he touched. And while the fire rumors may have added to the initial shock and sadness, let us focus on celebrating the life and legacy of a true legend. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. And again, just to reiterate that, just to say that, just to put that out there. And I don't know how the twist of a fire came. I don't know if he might have had a past fire or something burning in the house, because we know he's not in just a house, a mansion, view. It's an absolute mansion, a massive, massive home. I mean, at this point, Hulk Hogan probably wishes there was a fire, because now there's a feud in his family about how he should be buried and what he should be buried in and how he should look and this, that, and all these different things. You got to be kidding me. I mean, Hulk Hogan would be like this, and he would be going this, like this with his hand and his finger, and he'd be going back and forth with his hand. He'd be like, you got to be kidding me. Really? Is this how we're doing it? Is this how it's going to come down? Is this how my final moments are going to be in this world, in this life? The drama is heavy. The drama is unfolding right before your very eyes, viewers, fans, and subscribers. Remember, it's so crucial. It is so important to become a channel member today. But we have more, guys. We have more on this. Because this isn't just some ordinary death, guys. The ordinary. It's just not ordinary. Ari Emanuel, accused of using WWE to promote Friends for personal gain. Female WWE stars plotting their exit to OnlyFans after building name on television. The Velveteen Dream says he would have died from drug usage if the WWE didn't release him. Drew McIntyre's travel nightmare is not a WWE storyline. SummerSlam match is actually in jeopardy. Uh-oh. Drew McIntyre may be out of SummerSlam if things don't change fast. The WWE star is currently stranded in England after being denied entry back into the United States, and it's not a storyline. It's not in England. It's not part of the program. With his scheduled tag team match alongside Logan Paul hanging in the balance, WWE could be forced to pivot plans before the premium live event. Ringside News can confirm that Drew McIntyre's travel issue is not a work. It is not an angle. It's not a storyline. It's not a plot. And WWE is actively working to resolve the situation. If the matter isn't cleared up soon, the company may be forced to pivot plans. The delay could directly affect McIntyre's scheduled tag team match along Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. McIntyre took to social media the day before Raw and vented his frustrations in a chaotic video from an English field explaining how a passport issue kept him from boarding his flight home. I can't get back in America. They wouldn't let me board my flight. Look at the scene, countryside. Does that look like an American scenic countryside? No, I'm in England. Still at my buddy's wedding. What a wedding. It was. I was planning to go back to train for SummerSlam, but no. I got blocked. He detailed how he and his wife tried to check in as usual, but this time ran into unexpected resistance despite providing his identity. The situation got even more personal as he revealed that his wife had to board the flight home alone, leaving him behind. The struggle is real if you are Drew McIntyre at this stage of the game. Make no mistake about that. That's awful. That's terrible. That is a miscarriage of justice. Chad Gable slips up and admits that he was El Grande Americano at WrestleMania 41. Uh-oh. The secret's out. For those of you that didn't know, the secret is out. It is no longer... Wow. The world's best kept secrets out there, guys. Detroit venue leaks unannounced match for the July 28th Raw ahead of SummerSlam. Yes, the Detroit venue leaks it, ladies and gentlemen, according to those in the know, according to certain sources. CM Punk reveals where Savage Freestyle and John Cena ranks among their greatest moments between John Cena and the best in the world, CM Punk, who came within an eyelash of defeating John Cena for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre blasts Jelly Roll after getting blocked from returning to the U.S. before WWE Raw. Booker T is opening. Booker T, the five-time former WCW champion, sucker, is open to TNA Wrestling return, but there is a twist. Would you want to see the Booker Man return to TNA Wrestling and compete in a wrestling ring once again? Your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. Michael Rappaport tells fans to stop disrespecting Hulk Hogan over past controversies after his death. And again, it's one thing to say stuff about Hogan when he was alive and breathing air and when he was aware of it, when he realized it. But to be saying something about a man that is dead, a man that can't answer for himself, a man that can't stand up for himself, that is the most ungodly, that is the most sinister, that is the most repulsive thing I have ever heard and seen in a long time. Nick Hogan breaks his silence on his father's death. The Undertaker made a rare backstage appearance at a wrestling event. Elena Black warned about leaving wrestling for OnlyFans. Out of sight is out of mind. CM Punk admits that he never thought Larry would get an action figure. Maria Kanellis fires back at trolls and dares them to say it to her face at WrestleCon. Elias claims that Brock Lesnar went off script at the 2020 Royal Rumble event. Jacob Fatu reveals what happened seconds before his debut in the WWE. Are you a fan of Jacob Fatu? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. NXT referee Vicky shows off impressive progress ahead of her WBFF competition. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on all of that. The physique, the work, the time, the gymmanship that goes into looking like that. Mercedes Moné has won yet another title, another championship, another belt. As Mercedes Moné wins the PTW Women's title at Primetime Wrestling event. She is now the new PTW Women's Champion. Another title. Wow. CM Punk says that headlining WWE Raw Netflix debut was a bigger deal than WrestleMania. Well, maybe it was a big deal because it wasn't the true main event because that was night one. Night two, the closing match, is the true main event of WrestleMania. MJF declines to reveal AEW World Title cash-in plans. Well, of course he would. Why would he want to say that? Why would he want to... Sky Hogan pays tribute to Nick Hogan on his birthday after Hulk Hogan's passing. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Multiple matches and segments have been revealed for Monday Night Raw tomorrow night on Netflix. MJF says that he's taking acting as seriously as wrestling after Happy Gilmore 2 role. John Cena teases Peacemaker's changing opinion of Superman in Season 2. The Game Triple H, Shawn Michaels, tried to save the Velveteen Dream from himself prior to his termination in the WWE. The WWE's replacement for Drew McIntyre 2025 SummerSlam. Yes, the WWE may very well have to replace Drew McIntyre in that massive tag team match at the biggest part of the summer, SummerSlam. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on all of that. Mercedes Moné claims that WrestleMania 37 changed everything for women's wrestling. A Florida school board member is being slammed and ranted on and scolded for saying good after Hulk Hogan died. So this woman, this girl, this female, this Florida school board member actually said good that Hulk Hogan has died, that Hulk Hogan has passed away, that Hulk Hogan is no longer with us. Wow. This girl deserves to rot in hell. This Florida school board member. Here's a look at her, guys. This woman, this girl said right there, this girl, this woman, this satanic person, this girl deserves to rot in hell. I hope she burns in hell for what she said and what she did. Unbelievable. How would she like to die of a heart attack, huh? That is as twisted and as sick as it's going to get. You know, I'll tell you, these keyboard warriors, these damn freaking keyboard warriors, it is out of control. It is out of hand. But that's what happens when you're a celebrity, when you're famous, when you have a lot of money. You're open to the public, but doesn't mean the public's always right at the end of the day. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, we are now receiving word that we got a big news headline. Yes, we are working on yet another big news headline in the follow-up to this video. There will be a follow-up to this video where we'll give you the latest, the greatest, the most in-depth, the most blockbuster WWE updates. Why? Because if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzview. Stay true to this show today. Remember, set a reminder on your phone, your desktop, your laptop, whatever you may have, however you may view it. Like I said, tablet, laptop, desktop, TV. I know a lot of you watching me on your TVs. Guys, thank you. Literally, thank you so very much for inviting me into your homes, your electronics, your PCs, whatever it may be, telephone, iPhone, MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Faceagram, whatever it may be. Thank you very, very much for making this the show to be. And if you're not down with that, well then, if it's not brash, it's absolute trash. Subscribe.